Bandit crew, how are you guys doing? Today I will be doing a video fully on my piercings and stuff. I do get a lot of questions about like all my piercings and stuff, so I thought I would kind of let you guys know about my history with my piercings, like what gauge size they are, when did I get them, and did they hurt at all? I always get those questions, so I kind of wanted to answer them all in one video for you guys. So let's start with my first piercings. They were my lip piercings. I actually had spider bites and snake bites about a few years ago, but I ended up taking out my snake bites because I was like, I need a new change with my piercings, and I thought I would try something different. And so I was like, why don't I try angel bites? And so I asked my mom if we could go get them pierced and stuff, and she said yeah. And I was actually really excited to get them, and I was also nervous at the same time too, because I've had people tell me that they hurt and sometimes they don't hurt and just all that stuff. Now, actually getting them pierced, it took my piercer a while to line them up correctly. My lips on top aren't really even, so we had to kind of do one a little bit higher than the other so it would look more even. And then we finally got the spots, and then it was finally time to pierce. Now, when he took the needle and put it like on my lip, I was like kind of freaking out because like that's so close to your face, like, you know, like it's so close. It just kind of makes you scared. But then he told me to breathe in and breathe out, and he did the first one, and I'll have to say it hurt, but then I was prepared for the second one. So it wasn't honestly that bad, and then he threaded the jewelry through. Now, I believe the healing process for my lips were probably 3 weeks. You do want to keep them clean or they will get infected, and I believe he pierced me with a 16 gauge, I believe. And normally with your angel bites, you really can't put a hoop on the top, so you normally have to put like a straight bar, but these are the packs I've had for quite a while. I mean, I have hoop ones for like my bottom lips, but I don't have those anymore. They're all closed. So I pretty much have to use my straight bars on the top for that. And I'll probably say it again, it was probably a 16 gauge. Now, I believe I started gauging when I was probably 11 or 12, and it was quite a long journey, and I do not plan on taking these out anytime soon because it literally took me years to stretch to my size, and it was just a long process and it was very painful. So I started with the 14 gauge as usual, and then I worked my way up, and then once I got to probably 9/16 and wanted to go on to a 1/2 inch, I stretched with silicone. And the thing I learned from that is I honestly love stretching with silicone more than tapers because it stings less and it just doesn't make your ear blow out. Well, that's what happened for me. So don't always take someone's advice because people are always different. Now, I'm at a 9/16 and very long process to get to, but I wanted to let you guys know that I honestly love silicone gauges more than the hard metal ones. The hard metal ones tend to stink and get more gunky faster, and with silicones, they're known to be less stinky, and that's why I wear mostly silicones most of the time. But if I have like a special event, I will definitely put in like some pretty metal ones. These are just gold, and they have like an elephant with opal in it, but yeah. Stretching was a really long process for me. Now, moving on to my septum, I went to Koi Piercing Studio in Utah, and they did a phenomenal job. I really suggest going there if you guys live in Salt Lake. They're really professional, they keep it clean, and when my piercer pierced my nose, he said, "This is quite straight," so he decided to take a picture and post it on their Instagram, and I was like really honored too. But my nose rings are a 16 gauge as well as my lips, and to be honest, when I first got it pierced, I had a horseshoe in it, and those are really nice. Just in case you have a job or you're trying to hide it from somebody, you could push them up. But for me, I don't have a problem with that, and my family's fine with it and all that. But I never liked the clipper septum rings, so I just like started trying them one day, and I'm just in love with them now, and that's all I ever wear. So, but the piercing process, he took like a big metal like tube bar, and he put it in my nose, and then he lined up the needle, and then he pushed through. Obviously, if you pierce your nose, it has like nerves in it, it's gonna make your eyes water. My eyes definitely watered, and it wasn't bad. Like, the healing process was very smooth, but I don't suggest going to any concerts, because a few days after I pierced it, I actually went to a concert and went moshing, and someone like elbowed me in the nose, and I seriously thought somebody ripped it out, so I don't suggest that with your septum ring. Now, my last piercing I have is my tongue ring. I got it done at Spider's Web in Idaho Falls, and the piercer was really smooth, and it went really fast, and I get a lot of people asking me, does your tongue hurt? It's like very thick skin they're piercing through. It actually really didn't hurt that bad, and I was surprised that it didn't hurt that much. I would have to say the healing process for the next 3 days with your tongue piercing, it's fine, but you do have to eat like chicken noodles, puddings, just like very soft foods and stuff. But when you get to the 4th day, this could be different for everybody, but when I got to the 4th day, I honestly wanted to rip it out because it hurt so bad and it was so swollen. I was like, oh, I might just take this out, but I am honestly really glad I didn't take it out because it's honestly like my favorite piercing now. But the gauge I have for this is a 14 gauge. And that's when you regularly start out with your gaugings with your ears, which is a 14. So that's a pretty big needle going through some skin, I'll have to say. Put new piercings on me, I will definitely make a whole video of just on that piercing for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It really does take a lot of effort to make these videos, so I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe and like this video. My last video, I wanted to try to get to 10 likes, but we never got to that. So let's try to do 5 likes this time, and I would really appreciate it if we got 5 likes. But I'll see you all in another video. Bye.
Try to go heads up with me, I'ma lay you down like an offsuit do 7. All in like I got quadruple kings. Make the bass hit like a soft 17.